Hey guys, I'm back with another Minecraft tutorial. Here in this one, I'm going to be showing you how to build this skyscraper. I'm going to be turning it into an office building. If you maybe want to do something a little bit different, for example, maybe you want it to be a hotel instead, that'll be left completely up to you. So this version here is 11 stories tall. It'll be left up to you if you want to make it taller, or maybe even shorter. So for me, the first floor is going to be the lobby. So there's some couches, bathrooms, and then computers for the employees. And then all the other floors are the actual office rooms. One thing I do want to mention, I did actually make a space where an elevator would be, but I didn't make the elevator itself. If you're building this in creative, which I'm sure most of you are, then you could just fly through the space and access all the different floors. If somehow you're building this in survival and you want to be able to access all the floors, obviously you're not going to be able to fly through the space. So what you could do is just add a staircase so you can access all the floors. Or if you actually are good at redstone, you could go ahead and try to make an elevator. But I just wanted to mention I will have a space where an elevator typically would be, but I'm not going to actually make one. So here's the plot size for the build. From left to right, you're going to need 46 blocks. From front to back, you're going to need 31. And this includes the extra little space for the pathway that's at the front side of the building. And then if you actually need to know how tall the building is going to be, like I mentioned before, mine is 11 stories tall, so it'll be 78 blocks in height. I gathered up all the blocks we're using here in part 1, which is all the blocks needed for the main exterior of the building. So be sure to grab some smooth quartz blocks, black stained glass panes, dark oak fences, white concrete, light gray concrete, smooth quartz stairs, blocks of iron, end rods, rails, iron trapdoor, diorite, andesite, and some stone bricks. We're going to start by marking out the base of the building first with the smooth quartz blocks. I'm going to be facing towards the front side of the build. I'm going to head on over here towards the right to the corner of the plot size. Just work your way towards the back until you're on the 5th block. So this right here will be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You can place a block of the smooth quartz right there. And now you just want to continue working your way towards the back until you meet up with the back corner of the plot size. So if you didn't do the plot size, you just want to make sure to count a total of 27 blocks, including this one right here. So after that, starting here, it'll be another 26. So there we go, we have a strip of the smooth quartz blocks right there. Now, let's go to the other side and do the same thing. So we're going to be on the 5th block. So just lined up at that side. You can work this all the way towards the back corner. And then you can connect these together here at the back. And now, on top of this first layer of the smooth quartz, you want to go ahead and add an additional 6 layers. So it'll be 7 in total. So this is what we have so far. Just 7 layers of smooth quartz blocks like this. Now here at the front side, we're going to go towards the top and just go right across from one side to the other. We're going to be adding 2 layers. So this right here will be the first layer just all the way there at the very top, and then another layer right underneath that. And then along each side, you just want to add an additional layer right here. So it's now 2 blocks thick at the sides and along the top. Now here at the top, let's go ahead and fill all of this in with a solid layer of smooth quartz blocks. So now this is what we have so far. Next, we're going to focus here towards the front side and just shape out where all the windows and doorways are going to be. So I'll head on over here towards the left side. I just want to work my way up until we're lined up with the 4th layer. So this will be 1, 2, 3, and 4. And we're just going to have a strip of smooth quartz blocks going all the way from one side to the other. We're just going to have a space in between this top layer and the layer we're about to place. So we'll bring this straight across. And now you can see there's just 1 block of space in between it. Now let's start adding the dividers between the windows and doorways. I'll just head on over here towards the right side. We're going to leave a space of 5 starting here. So this will be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So on the 6th block, we're going to have a pillar going up right along here. And then we'll skip over 7. So this will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So we're on the 8th block. We'll have another pillar right there. And then skip over 5 again. So once again on the 6th block, have another pillar. And then we'll do the same over here on this side. So we'll skip over the 5. And then we'll skip over 7. And then another 5. So now we are left with 2 extra spaces right here in the middle. So we'll just completely fill all of this in. So it's now 4 spaces in total. So we have the space of 5, 7, and 5. And same with this side. So 5, 7, and 5. So the spaces of 5 are where the windows are going to be. And then the spaces of 7 is where the doorways are going to be. Now we just want to go from the inside and add an additional layer behind all of this here, so it'll be 2 blocks thick. So you can see the entire shape that we have here, all of these blocks, we're just going to add an extra layer right behind. So pretty much all the framework that we have here. So there we go, just added the extra layer right behind all of that. Now on that same layer, so pretty much on the inner layer, we're then going to be adding the glass. So grab your black stained glass paints. We'll just start at all the spaces of 5 first. And you can just go on that inner space and fill all of it in. Make sure to get this little strip up here at the top as well. So that's the first window. We'll just skip over the spaces of 7 for now. We'll just focus on all the other spaces of 5. So we have those windows marked out, all filled in. Now let's mark out the doorways. We'll head on over here to this space of 7 first. We'll just fill it in by 3 spaces on each side. So we're going to be left with 1 space in the middle. We'll bring this all the way up, so just fill it all in for the full 3 layers. And then we'll just go along the bottom and curve it out like that, as well as the 1 space at the top. And then the empty space in the middle, we're going to fill in with a dark oak fence, so it looks like the handle to the doorway. And that's all there is to it. Now let's fill in this strip up here at the top. So there we go. We'll do the same thing over here. So now we have the base of the building marked out, looking good. I'm going to be sure to now do the little pathway here at the front. So let's just grab the blocks that we're going to be using. So it'll be the stone bricks, the andesite, and the diorite. And you can see how we marked out the plot size. We're just going to be deleting all that at the edge and then all the grass blocks within it and just replacing it with our little pathway. So I'll just start over here at the right side. If you didn't do the plot size, I'm just going to be bringing it out by an extra 4 like this. I think that's enough space for a good sized pathway here. And then you can just bring this all the way along to the other side and bring it into the edge of the foundation over here. And now you can see all the other grass blocks we're going to go ahead and also replace. So we're going to go as far in until we're right underneath all the glass for the windows and the doorway. So you could just have a strip of, oh, hang on, did not mean to do that. Let me go ahead and grab that, replace it. Just make sure to delete all these grass blocks right along here. So there we go, we have that strip right along there. And now all of this other grass that you see within the middle, we're going to delete. So now we have all that grass removed, so it's looking like this. Now, what I'm going to do is just completely fill it in all with andesite first, and then I'll go back and cut out a bunch of random holes and replace it with the stone bricks and the diorite to add more texture. So I'll start with the andesite and completely fill it all in. So this is what it's looking like so far. Now I'm just going to go back with the stone bricks first. Just cut out a bunch of random holes, replace it, and then I'll go back again, cut out more holes, and replace it with the diorite. So this is what my pathway is looking like. I think that looks pretty good. So now that's the only use for all these blocks, so I'll just go ahead and get rid of those. I'll grab the white concrete again, and we're going to be using the light gray concrete, the black stained glass panes, and the smooth quartz stairs for the rest of the exterior walls for the building. So we'll jump right on into that next. So I'm going to show you how to do the walls for 2 of the floors right on top of the foundation. So I'll show you how to do the first layer, and then we'll go up to the second floor. I'll show you how to do it one more time, and then it's just going to be the same thing all the way up. You can make it as tall as you want. So for me, right on top of this foundation, I'm going to be adding an additional 10 layers. So you can see it over there. I'll show you how to do the first floor and the second floor, and then I'm pretty much just going to work off camera and do all the other floors, since it's all going to be the same thing after that. So I figured I'd show you 2 examples so you get the hang of it. So I'll head on over here towards the left first, and I'm going to be using the white concrete. I'll just go here at the corner of the foundation. I'm going to work my way towards the back until we're lined up with the 5th block, and then we'll work our way in towards the right until once again we're still on the 5th block. So this right here will be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then we're going to include this one here, so this will be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we're going to place a block of white concrete right there. So now when you look at the left of it, you can still see 4 spaces of quartz, and then 4 spaces of quartz here at the front. So if you look at it diagonally, you can see 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we're on the 5th block. Now, I'm just going to go ahead and add an additional 6 layers on top of that 4 now. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so it's 7 in total. That pretty much marks out the height of the first floor. Now I'll go ahead and mark out the pillar for every other corner, so they're at the back side as well as over there, and then over at the front side. I think the easiest way to do it will just be to go diagonally. So we'll start here at the corner and just work your way in until you're on the 5th block. So this will be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You could bring it up until it's 7 in height, just like the front one. So now we'll do the same thing over here. And then here at the front. So now we have a total of 4, so that marks out each corner of the walls here for the rest of the building. Now facing towards the front, I'll just head on over here towards the right side, and I'm just going to be skipping over 1 space each time, and we'll work it over towards the left until we have an additional 7 pillars. So I'll start right here, we're skipping over this space. I'll just mark it out for now, so this will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 like that. So they're all just 1 space apart. We'll just bring it up to the same height as the other pillars. So now we have a total of 8 pillars right here going along the front side. And now I'm going to do the same thing over here. So we have those marked out here at the front side. Now we're going to be doing a similar design here at the back side. The only difference is once we reach towards the middle, we're going to bring it in by an additional pillar. So there at the front, we added an additional 7, so it's a total of 8. Here at the back, we're going to add an additional 8, so it'll be a total of 9. So we have the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. You can see how we brought it in a little extra here at the back. Do the same over here. And just to double check, you should still have 4 more spaces remaining right here in the middle. Now, let's add the additional 6 layers on top of this. And there we go. Now we have it marked out here at the back side, as well as the front. Now, let's go ahead and do the sides. So it'll be pretty much the same thing again. They're all just going to be 1 space apart. So I counted an additional 8, so in total, from corner to corner, there's going to be 10 pillars here. Let me just double check on this side. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And then we have the 9 and the 10. So I'll bring all of these up as well. And now we have all those pillars marked out. Now we just have to focus on the middle portion right here towards the front. I'll just head on over here towards the left, right behind this pillar here at the corner. We'll go ahead and have another pillar, just skipping over 1 space. And then we'll go back again and have another pillar here. We'll do the same on this side. And then lined up where these back ones are, we're just going to skip over 2 spaces. So we'll have 1 right here. We'll do the same on this side. And then we are left with 2 spaces right down the middle. So we have all of those pillars marked out. Now make sure to switch to your light gray concrete. And we're just going to go behind each corner and fill it in. So I'll start over here at the front left hand corner first. You could just go right behind this corner, so where the single space is right here, and just bring up a pillar of light gray concrete. So now from the outside, it looks like it's filled in right there, and right there. So we're just right behind this outer corner here where the white concrete is. So just from the corner of that, we filled this in with light gray concrete. We'll do the same here at the back. Like that. We'll do the same on this side. And then here for the spots towards the middle. And you know what? I'm looking at it and we are actually going to have another one at the back side, lined up where that one is, and over here as well. So we'll just line up, we'll go towards the back side, and just fill in this space right here. So right down the middle in between these 2 pillars. So when you look at it here at the back side, we have this white concrete pillar here, and then another one next to that. So this is the space that we're in. We'll do the same over here, so you can see we have this space, so it'll be right here in between these. And you can see it's now lined up at that side. So now we have a total of 8. So I'll look at it from up above, looking down from the front side. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, 6, 7, 8. Now make sure to switch back to your white concrete. And what we're going to do is add an additional layer right behind all of the white concrete pillars. So there's quite a lot, so I'll just take it slow, and we'll start here at the front left hand side. So I'll just go from the inside. You can just see where all these white concrete pillars are. You just want to add an extra layer right behind them. So we have it looking like this so far. We'll go right here, we have these 2 pillars, so I have an extra layer right there. And then we have this one here at the corner. We have to add a layer on this side and on this side. So it's a little L shape like that. And then we'll go ahead and do this entire wall. So just line up where all those white concrete pillars are. This is what it's looking like so far. I'll look at it from up above, facing from the front side. So this is what we have. I'll go ahead and focus on the back side. So just line up where all these pillars are. So now we have pretty much this entire section here at the left side all marked out with the extra layers of the white concrete. Now let's go right down the middle. We'll just start here at the back side. You can see we have 4 pillars here. So go ahead and add the extra layer. Alright, and then here at the front side, we have the 3 pillars here. We'll go ahead and add an extra layer from this side. And then for this side, we also have to add an additional layer. So that's that little corner part. So that we got the L shape there and the L shape there. And then we have the extra layer here. And then we have all these pillars. Now let's go ahead and do this entire side. And then we have the back side. And that'll be it. We'll then have all the pillars marked out. So from up above, looking down at it from the front side, this is what we have. Now all of the other space that you see is going to be filled in with the windows. So make sure to switch to your smooth quartz stairs. I'll just look here at this front side first. And you just want to make sure you're on the same layer as the back side. So you don't want the windows to be here at the outer edge. You want to make sure it's 1 block further, like that. So we have the smooth quartz stair facing up right there. We'll have the 3 layers of the black stained glass paints, and then an upside down smooth quartz stair on top of that. So we're going to be doing that same design for all of the other space that you see. So I'll go ahead and do this entire front section here. So it's a pretty simple design, so we just have the stairs facing up at the bottom. We have the 3 layers of the glass. And then the upside down stair above that. So we have all those windows marked out here at the front side. And while we're at it, we'll go ahead and switch to the light gray concrete and add 2 layers right on top of the smooth quartz stairs. So now, this entire wall here is all filled in and done. So this is how the first floor is going to be looking. I'll go ahead over here to this side. I'll do the same thing. So now this entire wall is filled in. We'll look here at the back side. We're going to be doing the same thing that we just did there at the front. So now this entire wall is filled in. We have this space right here in the middle. So we just have a single window right here. We'll do the same on this side. And then we have this space of 4, so it'll be pretty much the same design, just 4 blocks wide. We have all of this filled in with 3 layers of the glass. And then the stairs above that. And the light gray concrete. Alright. Now, what we did over here with those windows is going to be the same thing for this space. And then we have the side here, which is the same thing we just did over there. And then we have this front side, which is the same as right there. And then we do have another little window right here on each side. And then we have windows here at the front side in the middle. So I'll go ahead and show you how to do these. So we just have this single window here, pretty much the same way that we've done it everywhere else. Just like that. We'll do the same for this little space. And then right here down the middle, it's just going to be windows that are 2 blocks wide. So there we go, we have all of that marked out there, looking good. So now I'm going to continue filling the rest of this in, and it's just the same thing we did on that side. So I'll see you guys once I have it done. And then what I'm going to do is show you how to do pretty much what we just did here for the first floor. I'm going to do the second level as well, show you how to do that. And then pretty much all the other levels I'm going to do off camera. And then there's a couple little extra features that I'm going to add on the rooftop of the building. And then that'll pretty much be all we do here for part 1. So I marked out everything here for the first floor. And as I mentioned, I'll now show you how to do the second floor. And then after that, it'll just be the rest of it off camera. So I'll start with the white concrete. And we're just going to be adding an additional 7 layers on top of all of the white concrete that you currently see. So I'll start here. We just have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So now where you see all of these other white concrete blocks, you just want to add an additional 7 layers on top of it. So now we have all of that brought up with the white concrete. So this is what it's looking like. And now we're just going to be doing the same thing we did. Oh wait, I almost forgot. Let's go ahead and fill in these spaces where the light gray concrete is. So we'll just bring all these up. Alright, I think I brought them all up. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Alright, so that's all good. Now, we're just going to be doing the same window design that we did for the first floor. So, that's pretty much all there really is to it. It's just going to be that same design for as many floors as you want. So I have pretty much, this is like the foundation, so that technically is the first floor of the building. But for these actual walls, I'm going to be doing it 10 times. So I have 1 there, this is 2, so I'm going to have 8 more on top of that. So, yeah, that's pretty much all there really is to it. So I'm going to go ahead and fill all of this in. And I'll pretty much just see you guys once I have it all brought up. And I'll show you the extra little bit of decoration we're going to have on the rooftop. And then that'll be all we do here in part 1. I just wanted to give a quick look at the second floor. So this is how it is. Just the same as the first floor. So everything is looking pretty good. So, I'm pretty much just going to do the rest of the building off camera. So I'm going to be doing it 8 more times. And I think the easiest way to do it will just be to bring up all of the white concrete all the way up to the height that it's actually supposed to be at, as well as the little bits of the light gray concrete in each corner. And then just doing all the windows at the same time as well. So that means we have a total of 14 blocks of white concrete here. Let me just double check. So yes, this is 14 blocks in height, so that makes every floor 7 blocks. And if I'm going to be adding 8 more, that means I have to do 56 more layers of white concrete going all the way up. And then I actually am going to add an additional layer all the way at the top. So if you guys plan to make your building just as tall as mine, then feel free to go ahead and add an additional 57 blocks of white concrete right on top of this white concrete. I think this would be the quickest way of bringing up the walls for this build. Instead of doing each floor one by one, we'll go ahead and just bring all of this up at the same time. So if you want yours to be just as tall as mine, like exactly as you see right there, then go ahead and bring this up by an additional 57 blocks. So I brought that up by an additional 57 layers. So now where you see all of the other white concrete, you just want to continue bringing all of that up as well. I went ahead and marked out every single white concrete pillar. So I just brought it all the way up. So this is what it's looking like. I'm going to go ahead and bring up the sections where the light gray concrete is. So the 8 pillars that we have of that. So I brought up all of the pillars where the light gray concrete is as well. So I have all that marked out. And now you could go ahead and start marking out all the windows. So it's just the same thing that we did for the first 2 layers. I would recommend doing each individual wall first. So for example, over here, just go ahead and do this entire wall. Don't do like each floor one by one. I feel like that would take way longer. I think the quickest way to do it is just start at each wall. And I'm thinking what I'm actually going to do, I really don't think I need to actually fill in all these windows. You guys already got the idea down for the first 2 layers. I think it'll pretty much just be a waste of time for me to go ahead and do it since I would just be skipping right over it anyway. So what I'm just going to do is leave it as it is. So obviously you guys could go ahead and fill it all in. But in my case, I'm just going to leave it as it is. So you could get an idea of how it'll be looking. Here's the original version with all the windows filled in. So I'm just not going to worry about it. But I am going to actually head on up to the top. And then I'm going to fill in the roof of the building. And then we'll do the extra decorations here on the rooftop. So make sure you have your white concrete. And we're just going to go in between all of the pillars that we have at the top layer and just add 1 layer. So just fill in all of this space throughout here. Make sure you're on the outer layer. So as you can see right here, I accidentally almost placed it like that. Make sure you're lined up here at the outer layer of all the white concrete. Alright, so for this corner, we're just starting right here at that same layer as this white concrete. So this is what it's looking like. You can see we have 4 spaces here and 4 spaces here, and then all that's filled in. I'll continue on. What the heck is going on? Oh, hang on. That was weird. Alright, we're almost all the way around. I think like halfway. Alright, and then here we just go straight across. And then we are right back where we started. So this is what it's looking like. I'll go all the way around. Alright. So pretty simple, just 1 layer all along there at the top in between each pillar. And now at that same layer, you could go ahead and fill in all of the space here in the middle. So now I have all of that filled in. You can see we do have some spaces of the light gray concrete, which we're going to replace with white concrete. So this is all just solid and looking good. So now if you still have to fill in all the walls with the windows, I would recommend starting down at the bottom where you left off first, and just work your way all the way up to the top. Just in case, let's say if you started here at the top and worked your way down, maybe there's a chance that you might have miscounted a block, and then you'll end up working your way all the way down and then come to realize that there's actually maybe an extra space or not enough space, and then you'll have to make adjustments to the entire build. So I would just recommend starting at the bottom where you left off here and work your way up, so that if anything were to go wrong, you just have to make adjustments to the top and you don't have to completely redo everything. So, as I mentioned before, just do each individual wall. I think that'll be the quickest way. So over here, just work your way up. Same design that we've done everywhere else. So we have the stair, the 3 layers of the glass, the stair again, 2 layers of the light gray concrete, the stair again, we have the glass, stair, light gray. So you just keep doing this all the way up. And you know what? I'll just keep going up to show you guys what it's going to be looking like. And there you can see we are then left with 2 extra layers of light gray concrete here at the top. And then it meets up with that part of the white concrete. So this is what it's looking like. So you could just continue doing that for all of these other spaces for this wall, and then just continue working your way all the way around and doing the rest of the windows. So up here, I'm pretty much just gonna have vents and maybe like air conditioning units and stuff like that. Pretty much what you would normally see on top of rooftops in real life. So I'm actually just gonna get rid of all of this, and we just wanna make sure we still have the iron trap doors, the blocks of iron, the end rods, and the rails. So you could just place these however you like. It's pretty much just gonna be random. So I had a couple simple vents like this with the iron block and then the iron trap door on top of it. And then I had a couple other little vents with maybe 4 blocks of iron like that. And then I had the rails all connecting together. So this looks like maybe like an air conditioning unit of some sort. And then I'll have maybe an end rod there. And then I'll have another 4 here. We'll curve that together. So a little something like that. And then we can maybe actually have another one right here. So you guys kind of got the idea. It's a little something like this. And then we'll have maybe another small one there. And then right down the middle, we'll have a big one here. And then maybe have an end rod. We'll have actually another end rod here. And then we'll start here and have maybe another block of iron like that. We'll actually have it in this direction. We'll connect that right there. And then we'll have all of the rails. So as you can see, just a little bit random. I didn't want to leave the rooftop completely empty, even though you're probably like never gonna see this. It's just the thought that counts. You know that it's up there. And I think that's good. Just a little extra touch. That's all there is to it. I'm not going to worry about filling in all the walls with the windows. As I mentioned before, I really don't think I need to do that. You guys got the idea down, so it's just the same thing we've done. It's just same thing over and over for all of the other levels until you bring it all the way up to the top. So I'm going to leave it at that here for part 1. We got the overall design for the building done. So in part 2, I'm going to go through and do the entire interior layout. So I'm going to be filling in the walls, the floors, and the ceilings for the first floor of the building, then the second floor, and I'll also do the third floor. And then in part 3, I'll do all of the furnishings for the lobby area, and then for the office for just like the second floor. I'll do that entire floor there. But anyway, I'll leave it at that here for part 1. I actually am going to delete all this extra concrete here for the plot size. We aren't going to be needing that anymore. But anyway, I don't really need to show this, so I'll just end it off right here. Alright guys, I'm going to leave it at that here for part 1 for this tutorial on how to build this skyscraper. If this did help you, be sure to please leave a like, subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys in part 2.